Catriona by Robert Louis Stevenson, narrated by Thomas Foster.
Catriona by Robert Louis Stevenson. Chapter 1. A Beggar on Horseback. The 25th day of August, 1751, about 2 in the afternoon, I, David Balfour, came forth of the British Linen Company, a porter attending me with a bag of money, and some of the chief of these merchants bowing me from their doors. 2 days before, and even so late as yesterday morning, I was like a beggar man by the wayside, clad in rags, brought down to my last shillings, my companion a condemned traitor, a price set on my own head for a crime with the news of which the country rang. Today I was served heir to my position in life, a landed laird. A bank porter by me carrying my gold, recommendations in my pocket, and, in the words of the saying, the ball directly at my foot. There were 2 circumstances that served me as ballast for so much sail. The first was the very difficult and deadly business I had still to handle. The second, the place that I was in. The tall, black city, and the numbers and movement and noise of so many folk made a new world for me, after the moorland braes, the sea sands, and the still countrysides that I had frequented up to then. The throng of the citizens in particular abashed me. Rankenor's son was short and small in girth. His clothes scarcely held on me, and it was plain I was ill qualified to strut in the front of a bank porter. It was plain, if I did so, I should but set folk laughing, and, what was worse in my case, set them asking questions. So that I behooved to come by some clothes of my own, and in the meanwhile to walk by the porter's side and put my hand on his arm as though we were a pair of friends. At a merchant's in the Lucken booths I had myself fitted out, none too fine, for I had no idea to appear like a beggar on horseback, but comely and responsible, so that servants should respect me. Thence to an armourer's, where I got a plain sword, to suit with my degree in life. I felt safer with a weapon, though, for one so ignorant of defence, it might be called an added danger. The porter, who was naturally a man of some experience, judged my accoutrement to be well chosen. "Naething can speckle," said he, "plain dark glass. For as for the rapier, neither doth it receipts with their degree, but had it been you, I would have weared my serial better against than that." And he proposed I should buy winterhosen from a wife in the Cowgate bag that was a cousin of his own, and made them extraordinaire, adorable. But I had other matters on my hand more pressing. Here I was in this old black city, which was for all...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?